In this first look video from InfluenceWP, we are checking out a WordPress plugin called Address Autocomplete. This is going to allow you to, as it shows on my screen, easily integrate Google Address Autocomplete into anything on your WordPress website with one-click integrations for WooCommerce, Gravity Forms, LifterLMS, and many other integrations to come. So if you've ever gone to like a checkout page, you've purchased something, you're on a checkout page, and they ask you for your address, and you have to type out your full address. What this is going to allow you to do is just type in a partial address, and it's going to auto-complete it for you. So it's going to save you time and help eliminate errors. Before we poke around the website here a bit and then look at the actual solution together, just a quick bit of housekeeping. First look videos cover products we have no prior experience with. They show vendors how new users experience their website and product for the very first time. These videos are unedited, high-level introductions that are not paid for, they're not sponsored, and they contain no affiliate links. If you would like videos like this created for your business, go to influencewp.com/partners and request your free lifetime partner membership. And we thank WP Sunshine, which is the team behind Address Autocomplete, for being a partner. If you go over to our website, find the deals area, do a search for Address Autocomplete, and grab that exclusive deal if you like what you see in this video. Okay, so the website we are on, I would just go to wpsunshine.com and then go under the nav area here in the header and just do a click on the Address Autocomplete, and that'll bring you to where we are right now. What I want to do is rattle off all of the features just so we don't miss any when we go to look at the actual solution. And then I want to look at some key pages like, is there an about page? Is there a change log? Is there documentation? What's that look like? That sort of stuff. So I'm seeing right off the bat a link to the features. So we're going to just dive in there. So it works with the checkout page, the My Account page, and then they also show a demo here for how it works with Gravity Forms. We're just going to look in this video at the checkout and My Account pages. Actually, we're probably just going to look at checkout because it's going to be the same for the My Account pages, but we'll see. As it says here, works on any form on your WordPress website. So whatever form solution you have, this is going to work with that. As they say, no limitations or restrictions. And then they give you like some simple instructions there. But on the tin, it says works on any form on your WordPress website. Next up, we see easy integration with popular WordPress plugins, whether it's WooCommerce. And it also supports the block-based or shortcode version of the checkout. And then the same goes for the My Account page. Also works with Gravity Forms, Address Field, LifterLMS Checkout, and Paid Memberships Pro. Unlimited instances and so many data fields. So as it says here, you can use this as many times as you want on your website. And then they list all sorts of fields here. So they've got you pretty much covered, whether it's a basic field or an advanced field. All right, so I'm looking for an about page, which I'm not seeing. Okay, so that'd be one recommendation. One thing I'd like to see is an about page, a little bit about the team, some faces, some names to establish that that trust with potential customers. Get them to sign up for your product, purchase your product. I'm also not seeing a change log. Same thing. Establish that trust, that line of communication. Keep your people informed. Let them know how you are developing your software, that sort of thing. And also dates along with those features. So dates and version numbers, features, bug fixes, all that stuff. Okay. Documentation. I do see a link for that. So let's go ahead and click on that. And it looks like it's broken down here by their various products. Let's just dive into a couple of these just to see what's going on. Okay, this looks to be some good documentation. We've got screenshots with annotations. Let's check out another link. Okay, looks good. And then we've got a nice video on this link. So the documentation looks great. I'm going to leave this one up because before I even hit record, this was the one document that I read briefly to kind of give me a lay of the land of what to expect, just in case we need to reference this. But a really important key is that they are really driving home to follow these steps exactly and to use the legacy Places API with Google rather than the new. Okay, something to keep in mind. Okay, so on this test site, I have WooCommerce and Address Autocomplete installed. And let's go ahead and look at the front end just to show you what the experience is like before this plugin is in place. Let's go to actually, let's look at the My Account page. That way we don't have to go through the whole shop process. Then we will look at the checkout here in a bit. So here's the My Account page. Let's go to addresses. Let's edit this address. And as you see here, if I start typing in something, it doesn't autocomplete. So you got to just type this whole thing out. Not a great experience. Okay, doable, but it's not a great. There's a better way, and that's why we are talking about this particular plugin. All right. Okay, so let's go back to our site. Let's find out where we can configure or see what's up with this plugin. I'm not actually sure where it drops the menu. I don't know why it would specifically be in WooCommerce. My mind automatically went there. So it's got to be, I'm thinking it's got to be somewhere else because it works with all kinds of other stuff, right? Okay, not in tools. Settings is kind of, yep, there we go. Settings is where I'd probably expect it to be. I don't know. My mind went straight to WooCommerce. Okay, here we go. So we need to get that Google Maps API key. We will do that. Let's check out some of these other settings. Results language, so you can choose your particular language. Results drop-down title. Let's go ahead and click that link, see what this is all about. When a user starts typing into your initial address field, a drop-down, I think there's a little typo though. This should be is added with the found results by Google. Okay. In this example, suggestions was added as the results title. So that would be this, this right here. Okay, so that's the title. Okay. And as we saw at the beginning of the video, they talked about how you can have as many instances as you want. So then each of these instances can have unique settings for them. So we'll just focus here on the one instance. You can put a label in here. So a label or description of where this is being used. Okay, that's cool. So it's like admin for us admins in the backend. I'm going to put checkout and my account. Initial field selector. Okay. Learn how to determine this selector. Go to your respective web page with the form. Okay, so this is for forms. So we're not getting into this because we're just doing the checkout and my account pages. But if you were using a form, you would get into this. Okay, so we'll skip that. I'm not even sure if we need to configure the instance in this case if we're not doing that other stuff, but let's just go ahead and save this. Let's see what we get. Okay, let's go to add-ons. Okay, integrations, WooCommerce checkout. Okay, let's check that on. Let's check on WooCommerce My Account. And then we see the others here. Currently, LifterLMS purchases and paid membership. Pro is another, and then Gravity Forms is another. So let's save our changes. License, don't need to look at that. Okay, so now that we went back after turning on those add-ons, we now see some other stuff unlocked. So this is kind of what I thought. We don't need to necessarily configure that instance because we see here that it's just going to work. It already set up the instances for us for the WooCommerce stuff. So I think I can actually just remove that one. There we go. So now we've got WooCommerce billing block, WooCommerce shipping block. I think that's probably means we are good to go on the WooCommerce side of things. We will see. You have all kinds of options here for the label we talked about already. Data population. You've got options here for the data that you can select. We're just going to roll with the defaults. You can add fields here. That's really cool. They've got nice links here to learn what these different fields are and learn how to determine the selectors. Restrict to specific countries. That's really cool. You can choose up to 5 countries and then restrict to a page. Output necessary JavaScript only to these pages. Otherwise, JavaScript is unnecessarily output on every page of your site. So for performance, yeah, definitely want to do this. I'm just going to do cart, checkout, my account, and we'll just go shop too. So that's cool. Load delay in seconds. How long to delay loading of the address autocomplete? We're just going to go with the default and just see what happens. Okay, so that is WooCommerce billing. I think I need to do it over here too because we are using the block editor. In this case, I'm using the default 2025 theme. So let's just go ahead and do this again. And I'll just go ahead and do it for all of these just so we have it covered. Okay, so all that I think is covered. Now we need to get that Google Maps API key so we can start setting up that autocomplete. They put a nice convenient link here for us. Let's see if we can make this happen. I'm going to close down some links. Okay, so this takes us back to that document. Cool, cool. All right, so let's just follow this. It says follow the steps exactly, and that is in bold. So let's follow this exactly. Let's visit this site, Google API website, in a new browser tab. They say click on the Get Started button. If you do not have an account yet, you will create one. So I've already created an account, and I've already clicked on. I have not. So they want you to click on the. I've created an account. In the instructions, they say click on the Get Started button. So we're gonna boom. There we go. So we are now caught up with our instructions. Let's go back here. Billing account. I've already done that. So I have assigned. You have to assign some sort of billing, like a payment method, just in case there are overages. I have never personally seen overages when you're using a Google Maps API, for example. But they still want that billing in there just in case that you do go over your usage. There's a free usage tier. Okay, they want you now to go to create a project. At the top of the page, select a project dropdown and click create new project. Okay, let's see here. At the top of the page, find the select a project dropdown and select new project. Give it a name. Okay, I'm just going to copy this. Okay, do we see anything that's like, I'm thinking it's this, my first project, because I haven't done anything with this account on Google, so I think it's going to be this. Let's go my first project, new project. Let's get that, give it that name that I copied. Let's go back to our instructions, and we want to make sure. So the instructions are identical to what we're experiencing here. I've done instructions tutorials for people in the past, and I can just say without a doubt, the stuff on Google changes so often that sometimes that the documentation is really hard to keep up with. So we're going to try our best here, but they've got a good start. So, all right, we can also, so they're saying we can choose no organization, and then, yeah, I guess click create after that. So we're going to go billing account. We're going to choose my billing account, no organization, and we're just going to go ahead and click create, even though they don't tell us to, because you have to create, right? Okay, so that project is created. We see that here. I'm going to go ahead and select that project. We're going to go back to our instructions that Address Autocomplete is so nice to give us. Configure your APIs. Click on the menu icon at the top left and find your APIs and services, and then enable APIs and services. Okay, right here, this already popped up for us with our API key, and it's already checked the box, enable all Google Maps APIs for this project. All right, we're just going to click on go to Google Maps platform. Protect your key. Did they talk about that? So we may have gotten off track here. So let's say maybe later on that. Let's go up to APIs and services like the instructions tell us to do. Okay, so we're back. We are back here. Click on the menu icon top left, APIs and services, then enable APIs and services. Okay. API and services. Yeah, see how the let's go select our project again. So we're already in that. Got all kinds of pop-ups going on. This is not Address Autocomplete's fault. This is just Google. There's all kinds of stuff going on here. Okay. So we've chosen APIs and services. Let's go back to the instructions. Okay. Enable APIs and services. I think we already did that because we did that earlier. It's just different sets of screens. Click this link to go to the Places API. All right. Okay. Now what do they want us to do? And enable it for your project. Okay, let's go ahead. And so I clicked on it. API is already enabled because earlier we said just enable all APIs for the project. Okay, click on this link to go to the Maps JavaScript API. This is they want you to enable this too. This is gonna be enabled as well. There we go. So the instructions are just slightly different. Again, I blame that more on Google than anything else because stuff just changes so much. But that's why we do these videos, right? All right, click on the menu icon at the top left and find APIs. Okay. It is super hard to navigate. There we go. Okay, let's close some screens. We're getting back here. So it says go to APIs and services, credentials, click on the plus create credentials button and then API key. Yeah, this is APIs and services, credentials. Keys and credentials. So things are just named differently now. Okay, keys and credentials. I think they said create credentials. Click create credentials. Yeah, it's just everything looks different now. Click create credentials. Then they said choose API key. Let's go ahead and copy that key. I'm going to go back here to the instructions. So we created our key. An API key will be generated for you. Next, restrict the key. So I copied that just in case. Do we close this and then restrict it? Use this key. Okay. Then I'm not seeing a restrict key. We've got our key. To set specific restrictions for your key, visit the Edit API Key page. Okay. Okay, we are here. I see here API restrictions, restrict key. Optionally configure a name, but more importantly, set the restrictions to, the restrictions to HTTP refers. Okay. So we got to find that. I have not done this in a while, but this is not the easiest. And it's not Address Autocomplete's fault. It's just, I blame the Google stuff. The screens just don't match up. Restrict key, optionally configure a name, but more importantly, oh, it's right here. Okay. HTTP refers. Okay, let's go back here. See how that's not in here? You have application restrictions, none, HTTP refers, and then IP address. So I'm going to say that's websites. I'm going to do no application restrictions just to keep this simple. Oh, I see right here. That is, see where it says HTTP refers and then websites. Okay. So we can go ahead and do that. And then enter your website like this. Okay, we're not going to restrict this. Just know that you should restrict this. Follow this information. I'm not going to restrict this. We're just going to get this working to show what it does. Okay, I've got that API key already copied to my clipboard. In your WordPress, okay, go to address. Okay, so now we need to go back to Address Autocomplete. We're going to drop in that key and save changes. And I think that should be it. All right, let's go to the front end of our site. Let's go to my account, addresses, edit. There we go. That works. What's cool about that too is it's also going to fill in this, not just your address field, but like your town, city, state, and zip and all that. When you start typing that in, see that? All in one shot, boom, it's going to update all of those fields, save your address. Let's go back to addresses. Shipping address should be the same thing. Boom, there you go. Let's go to the shop page. Let's buy this product. Here we go. This is another area where you can do your address. Let's go here. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Super, super cool stuff. So, only thing here is, like, again, I blame Google because they change this stuff so much, and I have a lot of experience with trying to keep documentation up myself with them. But there is an opportunity here for Address Autocomplete. If they see this video, to update some screens, or maybe just do a video of their own, just walking through the entire process as well. I would do both, a video as well as documentation, just to update those screens, even though it's very difficult to do. But as we've seen in this video, it's not super difficult to set up. It's just the screens are a bit different. So just got to line all those up. All right. Really exciting plugin. As somebody who has a lot of WooCommerce websites under management, this is a no-brainer in my opinion. So InfluenceWP.com/deals. If you like what you see in this video, go over there and grab an exclusive deal for Address Autocomplete and help your customers save time and also prevent them from making mistakes when entering their address. Okay. All right. Catch you guys in the next video.